What if I told you that the greatest scientific mind in human history was once called slow, lazy, and a failure? A man who struggled to speak as a child. A student who failed exams. A rebel who hated school rules. Yet this same man changed how we understand time, space, energy, and the universe itself. This is not just the story of a scientist. This is the untold story of Albert Einstein, a true genius who rewrote reality. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Germany. From the very beginning, Albert was different. He didn't speak fluently until the age of 4. Teachers worried something was wrong with him. Other children learned faster. Albert stayed quiet, lost in thought. Even his parents were concerned. But what they didn't know was that Albert's mind was working in a completely different way. He wasn't slow, he was deep. Albert didn't like memorizing facts. He wanted to understand things. One day, his father showed him a simple compass. That tiny needle moving without being touched changed Albert forever. He asked himself, what invisible force is controlling this? That question planted the seed of a genius. Albert Einstein absolutely hated traditional schooling. Teachers demanded obedience. Albert demanded logic. They punished him for questioning authority. One teacher famously told him, "You will never amount to anything." Imagine hearing that. And later changing the world. Albert struggled so badly that he failed the entrance exam to a prestigious engineering school. Failure after failure followed him. But instead of breaking him, failure freed him. He learned independently. He read physics books for fun. He thought deeply, alone, imagining impossible things. Einstein later said, "Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think." After graduating, Albert couldn't find a teaching job. No university wanted him. So he worked at a small patent office in Switzerland. To the world, he was just a clerk. To history, he was about to explode. During breaks, Einstein thought about, what happens if you travel at the speed of light? Is time absolute or flexible? Is space fixed or relative? In 1905, while still working a normal job, Einstein published 4 scientific papers. Each one was revolutionary. One of them introduced the most famous equation in history. E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. This single idea would later lead to nuclear power, atomic weapons, modern physics. 1905 became known as Einstein's miracle year. Einstein didn't stop there. In 1915, he introduced the theory of general relativity. This theory said something unbelievable. Time slows down near massive objects. Space bends. Gravity is not a force, it's a curve in spacetime. People laughed. Even scientists doubted him. Until 1919. During a solar eclipse, Einstein's predictions were tested. They were perfectly correct. Overnight, Albert Einstein became a global superstar. Newspapers declared, "A new theory of the universe." Einstein became the symbol of genius itself. Despite his fame, Einstein lived simply. He wore old clothes. He forgot socks. He cared little for money or status. But the world around him was burning. As a Jewish scientist, Einstein fled Nazi Germany. He watched hatred, war, and destruction spread. Ironically, his work contributed indirectly to the atomic bomb, something he deeply regretted. Einstein became a strong voice for peace, humanity, equality. He once said, "The world is a dangerous place, not because of evil people, but because of those who remain silent." Albert Einstein was not perfect. He struggled with relationships. He was absent-minded. He lived mostly inside his thoughts. But what made him special was curiosity. He believed imagination was more important than knowledge. His famous words still inspire millions. Imagination will take you everywhere. Einstein never stopped asking questions, even when answers were unclear. Albert Einstein died in 1955, but his ideas are still alive. He taught us, failure does not define you. Curiosity is power. Thinking differently is a gift. He proved that genius is not about grades, rules, or approval. It's about never stopping your questions. Albert Einstein wasn't just a scientist. He was a reminder that one curious mind can change the universe. Albert Einstein was now the most famous scientist on Earth. His face was known everywhere. His name became a synonym for genius. But behind the fame, behind the photographs, behind the wild hair, Einstein was still searching, not for money, not for awards, but for truth. This is the story of Einstein after success. His struggles, regrets, unfinished dreams, and timeless wisdom. In the 1930s, darkness rose over Germany. Adolf Hitler came to power. Hatred replaced reason. Science was rejected. Jewish people were hunted. Albert Einstein was Jewish. The Nazis called his work Jewish physics. His books were burned. His name appeared on assassination lists. Einstein knew he could never return. In 1933, he left Germany forever and moved to the United States, accepting a position at Princeton University. He once said, "I do not know how I look to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore." Even in exile, Einstein remained humble. One of the most misunderstood facts about Einstein is this. Backhand index pointing right, he did not build the atomic bomb. But his equation E equals mc squared made it possible. In 1939, Einstein signed a letter warning the U.S. government that Nazi Germany might build a powerful new weapon using nuclear energy. That letter reached President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It helped trigger the Manhattan Project. When the atomic bombs destroyed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Einstein was devastated. He later said, "If I had known that the Germans would not succeed, I would never have lifted a finger." Einstein spent the rest of his life speaking against nuclear weapons. He became a symbol of peace, not destruction. Despite being surrounded by people, Einstein lived a lonely life. He struggled in marriages. He often chose science over relationships. He admitted he was emotionally distant. But loneliness never scared him. He believed solitude was necessary for deep thinking. Einstein said, "I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity." He spent long hours walking alone, thinking about the universe. Even in his old age, his mind never rested. Einstein had one final obsession: backhand index pointing right, the unified field theory. A single equation that could explain everything. Gravity, electromagnetism, the forces of the universe. For decades, he worked in isolation. Other scientists moved toward quantum mechanics. Einstein disagreed. He famously said, "God does not play dice with the universe." Many thought he was outdated, but Einstein didn't care about popularity. He cared about truth. He never completed the theory, but his attempt inspired modern research like string theory, quantum gravity, modern cosmology. Sometimes, failure still changes the world. Albert Einstein left behind more than equations. He left wisdom. Here are some of his most powerful life lessons. Small blue diamond: curiosity is more important than intelligence. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Small blue diamond: failure is part of success. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Small blue diamond imagination creates the future. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Small blue diamond, humanity matters more than science. Concern for man himself must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. These words are still relevant today. In 1955, Albert Einstein was hospitalized with internal bleeding. Doctors offered surgery. Einstein refused. He said, "I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially." His last words were spoken in German. The nurse did not understand them. And just like that, the greatest mind of the century was gone. Albert Einstein changed science forever. But more importantly, he changed how we think. He proved, you don't need approval to be great. You don't need perfection to succeed. You only need curiosity and courage. Einstein reminds us that questioning the world is the first step to changing it. He was not just a genius. He was a rebel thinker in a universe that needed one. If you enjoyed, like, share, and subscribe. Because the next story might unlock the genius inside you.